Hi, I'm John Biddiscombe, and this is Crash Course AP Learning. Today we will be analyzing the Ropewalk by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow was born in Portland, Maine on February 27, 1807, to Stephen and Zilpah Longfellow, as the second son of 8 children. After studying modern languages in Europe, Longfellow began to teach them at Bowdoin College. He then took a teaching position at Harvard in 1836 after his wife died. In 1854, Longfellow quit teaching after multiple successful poem publications to have more time to devote to writing. His poems often focused on perseverance and overcoming adversity. He passed away on March 24, 1882. As Walt Whitman described him, he brings nothing offensive or new, does not deal hard blows. He was the sort of bard most needed in a materialistic age. He comes as the poet of melancholy, courtesy, and deference, poet of all sympathetic gentleness, and universal poet of women and young people. I should have to think long if I were asked to name the man who has done more and in more valuable directions for America. The Ropewalk fits into Romanticism through imagination. Imagination aligns with self-expression and individualism, hallmarks of the Romantic movement. It is a poem where the narrator is a worker in a rope factory. He is sitting at work whilst he begins to imagine the possible uses of their ropes, as though he is daydreaming. He imagines women on swings, a tightrope walker, scam artists, a woman at a well, a bell tower, a hanging tree, a boy in his kite, a hunter, and wrecked ships. Longfellow utilizes things like similes to introduce the imaginative elements of the poem that are made clear using simple descriptors that create an image behind the words. The comparisons he makes are the basis of his tonal shifts. Longfellow's tone shifts throughout the poem. He begins with a tired, boring tone with phrases like dusky lane or dull and drowsy, but this is soon replaced by a more jovial, uplifting tone when he begins to imagine, describing scenes of laughter and happiness. Longfellow's tone turns like a revolving door, which has its pace amplified by its AAB-CCB rhyme scheme. Thematically, this poem makes a statement about how there will be both good and bad times in your life.
In that building, long and low, with its windows all a row, like the portholes of a hulk, human spiders spin and spin, backward down their threads so thin, dropping each a hempen bulk. At the end, an open door, squares of sunshine on the floor, light the long and dusky lane. And the whirring of a wheel, dull and drowsy, makes me feel all its spokes are in my brain. As the spinners to the end downward go and reascend, gleam the long threads in the sun. While within this brain of mine, cobwebs brighter and more fine, by the busy wheel are spun, 2 fair maidens in a swing, like white doves upon the wing. First before my vision pass, laughing, as their gentle hands closely clasp the twisted strands, at their shadow on the grass. Then a booth of mountebanks, with its smell of tan and planks, and a girl poised high in air, on a cord, in spangled dress, with a faded loveliness, and a weary look of care. Then a homestead among farms, and a woman with bare arms drawing water from a well. As the bucket mounts apace, with it mounts her own fair face, as at some magician's spell. Then an old man in a tower, ringing loud the noontide hour, while the rope coils round and round, like a serpent at his feet, and again, in swift retreat, nearly lifts him from the ground. Then within a prison yard, faces fixed, and stern, and hard. Laughter and indecent mirth. Ah! It is the gallows tree, breath of Christian charity. Blow, and sweep it from the earth. Then a schoolboy, with his kite, gleaming in a sky of light, and an eager, upward look. Steeds pursued through lane and field, fowlers with their snares concealed, and an angler by a brook, ships rejoicing in the breeze, wrecks that float o'er unknown seas, anchors dragged through faithless sand, sea fog drifting overhead, and, with lessening line and lead, sailors feeling for the land. All these scenes do I behold, these, and many left untold, in that building long and low, while the wheel goes round and round, with a drowsy, dreamy sound, and the spinners backward go.